Imagine a narrow stretch of water, just 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Ships pass through it every day. Hundreds of massive oil tankers. Together they carry nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply. This tiny passage helps power cars, factories, airplanes, and entire economies. This place is called the Strait of Hormuz. But what would happen if it suddenly closed? Why the strait is so important? The Strait of Hormuz sits between Iran and Oman, connecting the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. Almost all oil exported from major producers in the Persian Gulf must pass through this narrow waterway. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, United Arab Emirates depend heavily on this route to ship their energy to the rest of the world. Every day, around 20 million barrels of oil travel through this corridor. That's energy flowing to Asia, Europe, North America. In simple terms, this narrow strait is one of the most important energy arteries on Earth, but that also makes it incredibly vulnerable. Now, what if it closed? Imagine this scenario. Tensions rise in the region, conflict breaks out. Suddenly, ships stop moving, tankers wait outside the Gulf, ports fill with oil that cannot leave, and the Strait of Hormuz becomes blocked. The impact would be immediate. Oil markets react quickly to uncertainty. Prices could skyrocket overnight. Gasoline becomes more expensive. Transportation costs increase. Industries that rely on fuel face rising expenses. But the shock wouldn't stay local. It would ripple across the entire global economy. Can oil take other routes? If the strait closed, countries would try to redirect oil through alternative routes. One option is the East-West pipeline. This pipeline moves oil from Saudi Arabia's eastern fields to ports on the Red Sea, allowing ships to bypass the Persian Gulf entirely. Another route is the Abu Dhabi crude oil pipeline. It sends oil from the United Arab Emirates to the port of Fujairah, located outside the Gulf. Ships loading there can avoid the Strait of Hormuz. Oil could also move through the Suez Canal, linking the Red Sea to the Mediterranean, or through the Sumed pipeline, which transports oil across Egypt. But here's the problem. All these alternatives combined still cannot handle the full volume normally passing through Hormuz. The world would still face a significant energy bottleneck. Global consequences. If oil supply drops suddenly, the effects spread quickly. Fuel prices rise. Air travel becomes more expensive. Shipping costs increase. Countries heavily dependent on imported oil would feel the pressure the most. Governments might release strategic petroleum reserves to stabilize supply. But those reserves are temporary solutions. Long-term disruptions could slow economic growth, raise inflation, and affect global trade. In a deeply interconnected world, even a small geographic choke point can influence billions of people. The Strait of Hormuz may look small on a map, but its importance is enormous. Every day, energy flows through this narrow passage, powering cities, industries, and entire nations. And while alternative routes exist, none can fully replace it. Which means one thing: sometimes the stability of the global economy depends on a tiny stretch of water.